Have you guys seen the new Ariana? She is looking healthy. Not 100% healthy, but she's looking healthier. She's looking like she's got some blood in her body. She's got some color. She's starting to look a little bit like herself again. Now, this is the Ariana we were dealing with during Wicked. Yeah.
Before we get into all of this, make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives like this because this story has people locked in already. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are back in the spotlight, and once again the internet is buzzing. But not really about Wicked itself. Fans have been watching their press tour moments like hawks, breaking down every glance, pause, and reaction. People keep pointing out how emotional and intense their interactions feel, from tearful interviews to body language that looks way deeper than standard promo vibes, and everyone's asking what's really going on behind the scenes. Online chatter really popped off after a viral post claimed Cynthia made a comment about their bond that left people scratching their heads. There's been no clear follow-up or explanation since, which only pushed the rumors further, with some saying it's just stress from a massive project, while others swear it looks like a real creative connection between two strong personalities who genuinely click. What's making this hit harder is how familiar it feels for Ariana. Longtime fans say this emotional openness, the vulnerability, the almost raw energy is giving serious 2016 flashbacks. That era where she wore her heart on her sleeve, trusted deeply, and formed intense bonds under public pressure. People feel like she's back in that headspace, navigating fame, emotions, and expectations all at once. This isn't even the first time their chemistry caught attention either. During the first Wicked press run, fans already clocked the emotional exchanges, the protective energy, and those quiet, subtle gestures that didn't feel random at all. Now with fresh interviews and viral clips spreading fast, the speculation keeps stacking up and nobody's looking away. Things escalated even more after a massive Instagram account claimed the two had addressed the rumors. According to that post, Cynthia joked about their bond, saying they weren't a couple but were curious about what their friendship could mean, and that one line alone sent fans spiraling again. That comment spread fast, with fans and media rushing to figure out if Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo had actually confirmed anything, or if it was just a joke taken way too seriously. Most of the curiosity really traces back to their very first Wicked press tour, where the two were constantly seen close, holding hands, standing shoulder to shoulder, and showing emotional support during interviews. Those moments stood out big time, especially compared to how most co-stars usually keep things polished and distant on press runs. In one interview, Ariana even explained on a podcast that she naturally shows comfort through physical gestures like holding hands, saying that's just how she connects with people she feels safe around, which easily explains those affectionate moments. Fans kept replaying those clips nonstop online, slowing them down, zooming in, and reading into every second. But when it comes to that trending label people keep throwing around, fans later realized it's not even a real term at all. It turns out the label was created as part of a viral joke, mixing unrelated ideas for laughs, and there's been zero confirmation of any romantic involvement between Ariana and Cynthia. Everything so far still looks like internet-driven speculation doing what it does best, was spiraling. Ariana Grande's evolving image has always kept people talking though. Every era comes with a new look, a new mood, and a new conversation, and this phase is no different. She's always used fashion and visuals as part of shaping her creative identity.
Yeah, she's looking malnutrition. She was looking like the life was sucked out of her. I talked about this back when the first Wicked came out, that she was not looking healthy. I got a lot of hate for it, a lot of hate. But by the time the second Wicked came out, everybody was on the same page as me a year later. You know, y'all are always so slow. But we can tell the difference now. Yes, she's still very, very thin. Okay, and you can say she's always been a thin girl. She's never been thin to the point where you could see her bone structure in this way until Wicked.
Lately, fans have noticed her leaning harder into what many describe as a softer, more delicate persona. Something she's played with before, but now it feels way more intentional. One of her most iconic style moments was the oversized sweater sleeves that covered her hands, creating that cozy, almost childlike silhouette that became instantly recognizable. That look didn't just catch on, it went fully viral. Memes popped up everywhere exaggerating the sleeves, turning it into a full internet moment. Even People magazine joined in during the pandemic, sharing a clip and jokingly reminding everyone to wash their hands. Ariana responded with humor, leaning into the joke instead of fighting it. Later on, she admitted that all the attention around that look made her feel a little anxious, but fans still tied that oversized style to her charm and authenticity. Even as her fashion shifted into sleeker, more polished eras, that soft, playful energy never really disappeared. That soft, playful image stayed woven into her brand and kept shaping pop culture conversations from her early social media days. Ariana Grande shared plenty of lighthearted photos back then, often highlighting her petite frame and quirky humor in a way fans instantly connected with. One moment people still bring up came in 2016 when the late Mac Miller posted a candid photo of Ariana doing her makeup while sitting in a sink. It was harmless, unfiltered, and genuinely sweet, and over time fans started revisiting how moments like that helped lock in a very specific image she carried forward. Many point out that Ariana leaned into a small, whimsical vibe that became part of her signature look. From oversized sweaters to soft poses on stage, that energy turned iconic fast and still sparks conversation today. Those choices reflected her artistic direction at the time, focusing more on playful, stylized expression rather than anything meant to send a deeper message. Even her character on Victorious slowly evolved into a more exaggerated, high-pitched version of herself, something fans still remember clearly. That era helped cement a very specific image and played a huge role in making Ariana one of the most visually recognizable pop stars of her generation. Some fans believe her on-screen persona blended into her real-life image over time, especially since it was tied so closely to her early success and public attention. During her years on the Nickelodeon show, Ariana played a bubbly, high-energy character that quickly became one of her most recognizable roles. Many viewers think that style naturally became part of her comfort zone as a performer, shaped by familiarity and early praise rather than deliberate branding. Looking back now, Ariana has shared that she has mixed feelings about her Nickelodeon experience. As discussions around the Quiet on Set documentary began circulating, she briefly reacted to old behind-the-scenes clips from her early work resurfacing online. She explained that she never expected those private, lighthearted moments from set to resurface years later without her knowledge. While Ariana hasn't gone deep into that chapter publicly, her comments made one thing clear: she's fully aware of how much she's changed since then. She's been open about growing beyond her early television image and clearly separating who she was back then from who she is now. In past interviews, Ariana Grande reflected on how certain jokes and skits on Victorious were framed as acceptable at the time because they were seen as edgy or experimental, even if they wouldn't land the same way today. With the release of Quiet on Set, many of those old moments resurfaced just as Ariana was stepping into a new phase of her career. The timing alone made fans pause, especially since she was already in a reflective space professionally and personally. Today, she remains focused on music, acting, and personal growth as she continues moving forward from her early TV beginnings. Stepping into Wicked has been described by Ariana as a lifelong dream, and revisiting that world clearly stirred up more beneath the surface than she expected. She's shared that looking back on certain memories forced her to reflect on parts of her past she hadn't fully processed at the time. Since then, fans have noticed her demeanor feels softer and more reserved, with some suggesting this could be her way of reconnecting with earlier versions of herself rather than running from them. Some people see this shift as a sign of emotional growth and quiet healing. Others think it's simply Ariana leaning back into her naturally whimsical side, something she's always had but expresses differently depending on where she is in life. Fans have also pointed out that her personality tends to shift with each creative phase and the people she surrounds herself with. What hasn't changed, though, is her playful energy, which has always set her apart and now feels sharper and more intentional during this Wicked era. Many feel we're watching Ariana step into a more thoughtful, introspective chapter as she takes on this role. One TikTok creator even suggested that Wicked carries deep emotional weight for her, not just because it's a dream role, but because of everything she went through to finally get here. For Ariana Grande, stepping into such an iconic production seems both rewarding and emotional at the same time. Fans tracking the press tour have noticed clear shifts in her expressions and overall energy compared to previous years, with many pointing out her softer facial expressions and gentler mannerisms. Compared to her earlier bold, commanding stage presence, Ariana now comes across more delicate and reserved, especially during interviews and red carpet moments. Some fans believe this reflects real personal growth or an intentional creative direction tied to the emotional tone of Wicked, while others see it as yet another example of how she reinvents herself every era. Her tone, expressions, and performance style have clearly evolved over time. And while opinions vary, one thing is obvious: Ariana's transformation has people watching closely again. Recent public appearances only added fuel to the conversation, especially moments from major events like the Golden Globe Awards, which sparked waves of online chatter. Viewers pointed out her playful, lighthearted mannerisms, from excited gestures on stage to moving across platforms with an almost youthful energy. Fans say it adds to her whimsical charm, especially when she's alongside her Wicked co-star, which is where Cynthia Erivo comes in. Cynthia's dynamic with Ariana has caught plenty of attention, with many fans describing her as the more protective presence in the duo. During interviews and red carpet moments, she's often seen adjusting Ariana's outfit, fixing small details, or quietly checking in, showing what looks like genuine care and attentiveness. Their interactions keep feeding online discussion, with fans finding their bond both endearing and intriguing. Both stars have been openly emotional during Wicked press events, sometimes tearing up while talking about the project and their friendship. Some viewers see this as proof of how deeply invested they are, not just in their roles, but in supporting each other through the process. One viral story even claimed Cynthia once stepped in to shield Ariana during an unexpected fan encounter. While that moment was never officially confirmed and remains mostly anecdotal, it didn't stop fans from running with it. Regardless, their closeness continues to stand out, making Ariana and Cynthia one of the most talked about partnerships in Hollywood right now, with lighthearted speculation still swirling around the nature of their bond. While many viewers believe they're simply close friends with strong chemistry, others wonder if they're leaning into the attention to build excitement around Wicked. Either way, their red carpet moments haven't gone unnoticed, and even the smallest details keep the conversation alive. Moments like Ariana Grande leaning in to whisper something to Cynthia Erivo during photo ops instantly caught fans' attention and sent social media into overdrive. Fans read these interactions as emotional and expressive, possibly reflecting how closely connected they've become while working on such a meaningful project. Whether that bond is purely professional or simply the result of spending years promoting Wicked together remains open to interpretation. What's clear is that their dynamic keeps people watching closely. One thing feels certain though: Ariana and Cynthia have become one of the most talked about duos in the industry right now. Their friendship continues to hold public attention, with fans analyzing nearly every interaction, even beyond the emotional moments seen during the Wicked press tour. Online conversations have also shifted toward noticeable changes in both stars' appearances. Social media debates spread fast, with users comparing recent photos and questioning whether those changes come from intense filming schedules, lifestyle shifts, or just natural evolution over time. Ariana in particular has long been the subject of public commentary about her appearance, something she's addressed openly in past interviews. She's shared that people often focus more on speculation than reality, and that she's learned not to take those opinions personally. This time around, fans noticed that both Ariana and Cynthia appeared slimmer, which sparked viral posts and widespread discussion reaching millions of views. Some users expressed concern while others pushed back, urging people to respect boundaries and stop jumping to conclusions. Neither Ariana nor Cynthia has directly addressed the speculation, and both have continued to appear calm, professional, and composed throughout the Wicked promotional events. At the end of the day, their focus seems firmly on the work, even as the conversation around them refuses to slow down. This situation really highlights how public figures are constantly picked apart over their appearance, no matter what they do. Both Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo seem to handle that pressure with a lot of grace, staying focused on their work while celebrating the success of Wicked, even as attention starts shifting toward the second film. Conversations about appearance continue to follow them around. Ariana recently reshared a past statement asking fans to stop commenting on her body, stressing the importance of kindness and respect, and reminding people that speculating about someone's health or personal life crosses a line. That message resonated with a lot of people, especially since celebrities live under non-stop observation. Even comments meant to sound caring can easily go too far, and Ariana made it clear that what people see online rarely tells the full story. Both Ariana and Cynthia have been under intense pressure during the Wicked promotional cycle, and constant comparisons or assumptions can quickly become overwhelming. Fans may notice changes in how artists look or carry themselves, but that doesn't mean those changes need to be dissected publicly. Entertainment writers have pointed out that when patterns appear in the public eye, audiences often start building narratives without any real confirmation. That's why many believe these moments should be approached with empathy instead of speculation. After years in the industry, Ariana seems more focused than ever on protecting her peace and setting firm boundaries. As she continues forward, her message has stayed consistent. Everyone deserves privacy, and conversations about personal well-being should always be handled with care and respect. Still, another topic has resurfaced online, pulling attention back to Ariana's early social media presence, especially her time on platforms like Tumblr, which many fans remember as a huge part of early internet culture. Some users have revisited old discussions, claiming certain online spaces back then encouraged unhealthy beauty standards and restrictive habits. None of those claims about Ariana have ever been confirmed, but the conversation picked up again after a TikTok creator posted a viral video with over 1 million likes, discussing how early internet culture shaped body image and self-expression for an entire generation. In that broader context, the creator referenced Ariana Grande alongside other public figures as examples of how early online trends shaped beauty ideals and personal branding. It wasn't framed as an accusation, but more as a reflection on how deeply internet culture influenced young audiences during that era. There was also renewed speculation around a red bracelet Ariana used to wear years ago. Some online users tried assigning deeper meanings to it, but her team clarified long ago that it was simply a fashion choice tied to personal or cultural symbolism, nothing more. Overall, the renewed discussion highlights how early internet culture played a major role in shaping celebrity aesthetics and public perception. While most of these claims remain unverified, Ariana's image, like many artists who grew up online, continues to be re-examined as social media keeps evolving. Another TikTok creator recently pointed out that longtime fans may experience mixed emotions when seeing Ariana today. For some, it's pure admiration, while for others, it quietly turns into comparison. That complicated reaction says just as much about internet culture as it does about Ariana herself. The creator explained that even though early online communities have changed, certain beauty ideals from that time still linger in subtle ways. For many people, seeing a celebrity who once existed in those same digital spaces can bring up old emotions, especially when beauty trends start circling back in familiar forms. It's not always about the celebrity, but about what those eras represented personally. The creator stressed that these cultural patterns deserve open discussion instead of being brushed aside. A lot of viewers agreed, saying honest conversations help reduce shame and encourage healthier perspectives around beauty, body image, and self-expression. Others have pointed out that Hollywood trends seem to be circling back to extremely slim ideals, similar to what dominated the early 2000s. That shift has reopened wider conversations about weight loss culture, fashion standards, and the pressure placed on public figures. And while none of this involves confirmed details about Ariana Grande, her name often comes up because of her influence and visibility. Public figures often become symbols in bigger cultural debates, whether they want that role or not. Those narratives can quietly shape how audiences view themselves, which is why discussions around body image in Hollywood keep growing and refuse to fade. Many critics argue that avoiding the topic only allows unrealistic pressure to continue, especially for younger audiences who absorb these visuals every single day. The conversation isn't slowing down because the impact feels personal for so many people watching from the outside. This isn't something unique to Ariana, but fans frequently compare her past and present appearances, debating whether her body has changed over time. Others have resurfaced old online rumors tied to her early internet days, even though none of those claims have ever been verified. What's clear is that conversations about Ariana's image often reflect much bigger questions about how society defines what looks healthy or ideal. The focus quickly shifts from the person to the standard itself. Ariana has addressed this before, explaining that outward appearance doesn't always reflect someone's private well-being. She's encouraged fans not to compare themselves to others and has reminded people that bodies naturally change for countless reasons. Overall, the renewed focus on body standards shows just how deeply entertainment culture still shapes perception today. It also highlights why these conversations need empathy and awareness instead of speculation. Ariana's career has included massive success alongside very real challenges, and fans often express compassion for the pressure that kind of visibility creates. Over the years, she's been open about learning how to cope with emotional pain, process her past, and focus on personal growth. In 2024, Ariana Grande shared that revisiting parts of her early career after the release of Quiet on Set brought back memories she hadn't fully processed before. That reflection added a new layer to how fans now view her journey and the emotional space she seems to be in today. Around that same time, Ariana was also navigating major life changes. From her divorce to nonstop public attention around her career, many believe filming Wicked became both a creative outlet and an emotional test, a lifelong dream that also forced her to confront parts of her past she hadn't fully unpacked. Through it all, Ariana continues to show a mix of strength and vulnerability. That balance helps explain the emotional tone fans have noticed in recent interviews and press moments, where her energy feels quieter, more reflective, and deeply personal. For many, this Wicked era feels like a real turning point, a chapter of transformation where Ariana seems to be moving toward healing, reclaiming her identity, and figuring out who she is on her own terms. If you want more in-depth breakdowns on Hollywood's most talked about stories, celebrity dynamics, and entertainment updates, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that notification bell, and let me know what you think about Ariana's journey. And I'll see you on the next one.